Good morning. I pray that your Wednesday was filled with spaces and places of joy, of peace and happiness. I am here in sunny California and just having a time of reconnecting with family and relaxation and all that good stuff. The topic of today's video is opening yourself up to new possibilities. Opening yourself up to new possibilities. For all of my life, I have been afraid of dogs. And I know I've never been bit by a dog, but I grew up in a time in New York City where it seemed like the dog of choice was German Shepherds. And they would walk around the neighborhood, and they were not necessarily very pleasant dogs. And so you were always cautious about don't go down this street or past this house because that dog may chase you, it may do whatever. They'd be behind gates and they'd be snarling and growling. So I was just afraid of them. And even raising my kids, we had a small little dog, and I wasn't afraid of the dog, but I didn't really relate to the dog. And, we fast forward, and my son had told me that he was going to get a dog. And I'm thinking, oh, here we go again. But I'm thinking he's going to get a small dog, like the dog he'd had growing up. But when he told me he was going to get a pit bull, my heart stopped. All I kept thinking about was pit bulls. They attack, they're vicious. And a pit bull had actually attacked a friend of mine and put her in the hospital, well, a pack of pit bulls, and put her in the hospital. So needless to say, I was scared, I was intimidated, I was angry. I tried my best to talk him out of it. Well, guess what? That didn't work. He not only got one pit bull, he got two. And so, I was like, I like going to visit him in California, but I don't know. I'm scared of them dogs, so let me start looking up how much Airbnbs cost, how much hotels cost, because I'm not going to be around no pit bull. But then, time went by and he began to post videos of the dog, and I began to recognize that this dog did not have a pit bull mentality. This dog appeared to be gentle. This dog appeared to be family oriented. This dog appeared to be kind, but still in the back of my mind, I was thinking, but I'm afraid of pit bulls. And over time, I watched this dog get bigger and bigger. And let me tell y'all, he is huge. But I decided I hadn't been out here since COVID struck, and I wanted to come out here to visit. So I got myself together and decided I'm going to come. But in the back of my mind, I was still a little nervous about when I got to meet Mr. Max, the pit bull. And so when the driver dropped me off at my son's house and he opened the door, this great big dog, and when I say great big dog, this dog has the biggest head I've ever seen on any dog. He immediately came over to me and kind of jumped up on me, put his legs on me, and I thought I was going to die. And my son told him to heel, and he did. And what I've come to recognize in my couple of days around him is I actually like this dog. I actually am not afraid of this dog. I'm actually caring about this dog. I'm actually talking to this dog. And so to get back to my title, moving past those things that may have had you stuck, going past your expectations. I actually forgot what the title was, but challenging yourself. A lot of times we have these ideas about people. or about types of people. I hear a lot of women say after their heart's been broken, oh, men, they ain't no good. Or I hear men say after a woman broke their heart, women, you just can't trust them. And they begin to live that mantra. Or people may have had a bad experience with a child or with whatever, and they decided that I'm never going to try that experience again. I've already made up my mind and how I feel about it. It's not for me. It's not a good experience. But I just want to invite you to consider that your personal experience with that guy who did you wrong, with that woman who may have done whatever she did, with the whatever that gave you that bad taste in your mouth, that was that experience. That does not mean that all experiences are going to be bad. That does not mean, ladies, that all men are going to treat you the way that joker did. You know, it does not mean, fellas, that every woman you deal with is going to try to take your money. It doesn't mean that. It means that particular person you interacted with did that to you. And if you have a series of those people doing those things to you, you might want to investigate why are you attracting the same type of person. Now, I must admit, as I go back to Max, even though I've gotten used to him, when he barks, I still jump because he got a deep bark. And when he starts to growl, and he only growls when he senses someone's coming to the front door. But once they get here, he doesn't attack them as long as he knows that we're safe. But when he does that deep growl and that deep bark, I seize up for a minute, but then I relax because I remember he's not that. I know what his behavior is about. I know why he's exhibiting those things. And this is just a note for folk who may have grown up in abusive households, who are now adults and trying to date. And when someone raises their voice, you clench up and you find yourself becoming terrified. Just because someone raises their voice doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to harm you. Just because someone raises their voice may mean that they're excited. It may mean that they are passionate. But if that person has not had a history of harming you, if that person has been good to you, take a deep breath and remind yourself you're being triggered, that person is not the one who harmed you. I'm getting hot standing in this hot sun, but I want to encourage you to have a wonderful day, and I will talk with you later. Bye-bye.